because I'm going to forget. Knowing me, I will forget. Yeah. All right. This time it was successful. I don't have to redo my stream key. How's everybody doing? Dude, it's almost the end of... What month is it? July. What the hell? It is almost the end of July. Dude, time is passing too quick. Can we slow it down? Can everybody slow down a little bit? We need to relax. Take a chill pill. Slow things down a little bit. The 22nd of July. Jeez. Hey, Brightside. Anyways, here is the list. We need to figure out why we still have FPS drops on kills. Why we have essentially a memory leak. We need to add grappling to the tutorial. That's fun. Lots of fun. We got to fix this one bug that I received yesterday. Yep. Oh, and the controller navigation in the settings menu. We're going to fix that right now, just because, you know, we should fix that just to get it out of the way. Yep. Which menu was that in? The navigation menu? Mydrong, thank you for the raid. How's it going? How are you? Hope you had a good stream. Hello, Diego. Today's going to be a chill day. Maybe. Possibly. Probably not. Okay, what do we got going on here? Why is it that input row... I want to say it's this one? Wait, no, it's this one. Wait, no, it's this one. Aha! Explicit revert button. No, that's not what we want. Explicit revert. Oh, great. I can't type it in. Guess I'll just have to scroll down and find the thing I need. Yeah, good. Good. Very good. Love that. Of danger. Did you know when you run out of VRAM, it uses the regular RAM of the computer? You can check it in the task manager. It's called shared GPU memory in the GPU graphs. That's one cause of hitches in some VRAM hungry games. Interesting. Wouldn't Unreal technically release resources that it no longer needs from a VRAM standpoint, or do I have to do that myself? Because I swear that would, you know, anything that gets unloaded would just get unloaded, right? How goes the post-launch development? It's going pretty well. I'll make the noise for you. Excited, thank you for the 51 months, man. Thank you. Yeah, we don't have any like spots that are super texture hungry or super VRAM hungry. I don't know if it's a VRAM specific issue that is then eating up the computer RAM itself. Because I think the engine would tell me if we are reaching our maximum video memory specification, which by the way, I think is just a gigabyte. How many months? 51. 51. How many years is that? 10? That's crazy. Yeah, thank you, Exito. So I don't know if it's a GPU memory issue. So I'm very sparing with the textures. So I think it does have to just be a memory issue, and somehow something is memory leaking. Somehow. I don't know how, but something is a problem. Not sure where the problem is, but there's a problem somewhere. Somewhere over the rainbow. Maybe like an array? that's not being released. And it's just persisting. So I feel like it has to be something in the game instance, but I looked through the game instance and I couldn't really find anything that stuck out. The kill timer is just two values. It's the timestamp and which weapon was used. The challenges are gameplay tags, but I don't think that would cause anything. Could it be the music? We don't like manually load and unload Fmod assets. Could it potentially be the music eating up the memory? I don't know. It's possible. I don't know. Yeah, post-launch development pretty well. First week was a nightmare. We had a crash that I could not figure out for the life of me. Yeah, I could not figure out like a crash for the life of me. Could this be the problem? Doing get all actors with tag? Like, is this is there a chance for this to somehow retain memory in some way? I don't think so. Right? Right? And if you were to make it so it doesn't retain memory, what would you do? Set it as a variable and then clear the variable by the end of the function? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm confused. I don't know. I don't understand where a memory leak could occur. Even after doing a bunch of testing. I doth not knoweth what could be the problem if. Could it be this? Doing this?
Shit my pants, I did.
Bri, thank you for the prime. 48 months. That's quick maths. 7 years. Yep, exactly. On the dot. 7 months. 8 years. Oh, shit. Yep. Yeah, thank you, Brian. What's up? Nothing much. Just trying to... This one task here, the memory leak, is going to be an interesting thing to try to figure out. I need a reputable resource for figuring out blueprint memory leaks. UE4 blueprint memory leaks. Like, obviously I can use Unreal Insights, but I was not able to discover anything that would have caused a memory leak. Like, I couldn't... I couldn't figure it out. I don't know. I do not know. I am unsure. And it's really funny because this is an issue that started popping up when we switched to 427. Of course, you know, once we switch to the later engine version, of course we end up running into different problems. You know, we may have fixed the crash, which I guess it's better to have a memory leak than a crash, I suppose. You know? Could be an array that you're filling up infinitely. Is there a way I could find all arrays? Like, that's the part that I'm kind of confused.
Shit my pants, I did. Huh?
60 months. Damn.
Damn. Damn. And when we load and unload level, we'd be clearing a bunch of the objects that are there. And those wouldn't retain any memory to something, so... I do not know. Felix, thank you for the 60 months. Thank you. Jeez. Sheesh. Imagine Prime Video making an animation about your game. I don't know if my game is that interesting. We don't really have like any story or anything. It's just a game about running and shooting and punching and kicking and shit. Running, kicking, shitting, you know, pooping, kicking. There's no pooping. That would be a different game. But, am I streaming from a couch? Yes. Yes, I know it's a very weird thing, but I am streaming from a couch. I work from a futon, from a couch. Hey, another guy. Oh, Golden. How to poop in-game. Let a modder figure it out. All of my solutions to any feature request. Yeah, I'm sure a modder will figure it out. How'd that happen? You know, it's chairs. They're too complicated. A couch, on the other hand, that's simple. Okay, how can you... Okay, UE4 blueprint memory leaks. Come on, show me something good. I can't watch... I've been told this is not a good, reputable thing because it's not actually, like, true. What's this? Uh-huh. When an A actor or U actor component is destroyed or the is removed from play, all references to it that are visible in the reflection system are automatically nulled. This is beneficial in that it prevents dangling pointers from persisting and causing trouble down the road, but it also means that A actor and U actor component pointers can become null if some other pieces of code destroys them. Ultimately, right, so... Maybe somewhere in my C++ code, I broke something. Which, you know, is probably highly probable, knowing my dumb ass. Yeah. Yeah. Gotta love Unreal documentation. It's good sometimes and shit other times. Sometimes I don't understand 90% of what it's saying because I'm an idiot. Which is why I need to start learning C++ so I become less of an idiot. Okay, so back to what I was trying to figure out. Is there any way to determine what causes blueprint memory leaks. Is it a blueprint memory leak to begin with? I couldn't figure it out. What could be the I came home from work and I have to wait 3 hours before I can cook something because my roommate decided to just do whatever he wants. Why you gotta wait 3 hours? Just push him out of the way and then just get on the fucking stove, man. Tell him, hey, you got some steak to cook or some. Hey, fuck off. I got steak to cook, man. Good sometimes? Are you high? Hey, the UE documentation is good sometimes. Sometimes. It gets the job done, kind of. You do have to fill in some gaps, but it's good sometimes. Or like 10% of the topics that you look into. And by 10%, I mean 5%. But you know, like, yeah. Sometimes there's that magical documentation where you're like, holy shit, they actually wrote something on this. Wait, they actually wrote some shit on this. Where the fuck I am? Dude, there's like no... He's making curry sauce while messing around with his phone. Put the phone in the curry sauce. Like, just take his phone and put it... Don't do that. UE 4.27 memory leak. Why is there a memory leak? Is this a known issue with 427? I know I looked at this shit before. All right, let's read this again from 2016. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. The thing is, it's going through a bunch of, like, steps that... Oh, well. Got a text from someone who is acting as the DMV, the California State Department of Vehicles, and their phone number starts with +63. It's like, bitch, what the fuck? No US number starts with +63, motherfucker. Also, I don't have a car, nor do I have a license. So go fuck off. God, internet dying, phones dying, everything's dying. What if Fmod is causing the leak? What if Fmod's causing the leak? It could be. Same bug appears to be there on 2.02.05. Ah, fuck. What version are we on, man? I don't remember. Can I check from here? Plugins? 2.03.08. Fmod Studio. Unreal. 2.03.08 memory leak. Maybe +63 is the Philippines. Why is the DMV working in the Philippines? Should I send them a message and be like, hey, why are you guys working in the Philippines? Nah, I'm not gonna respond. Report junk, which does fucking nothing. Thanks, Apple. The US recently had territorial changes. You should keep up with the news and pay the insurance. What the fuck? Really? Shit. Well, I just deleted the message. Now I don't know the steps to pay the iTunes gift card. Where am I going to send the iTunes gift card? I don't know where to send it. I hate memory leaks in Unreal. More bad to deal with than simply writing C++ projects. I think the thing is because we updated the project to 427 and it's a whole different like engine version, the problem then becomes, is it a problem with my code that seemingly had no issues beforehand? Or is it the engine that has a memory leak somewhere? You have an iPhone? Yeah, I got an iPhone. Yeah, I'm a contributor to societal issues such as the over-manufacturing of random bullshit and Apple's bullshit and yeah, anyways. Why did I go to 427? We had a gnarly crash that would randomly occur on a bunch of people's game on 426. Zero respect now? I'm so sorry, man. I'm sorry. Listen, Android sucks too. Listen, they all fucking suck. We should go back to having home phones that are like plugged into the wall and shit. You know what I mean? We should go back to that. Any objections? If you have an objection to that, you are part of the problem. Why'd you go to 427? It's a cursed version. Listen, they're all fucking cursed. At this point, they're all cursed. Every Unreal version is fucking cursed. There's no winning. There's no... Why did I have to choose this engine and invest 12 years of my life to... You know, I kind of envy Randy because he's just in fucking Odin. He's just coding away, doing bullshit, and my ass has to deal with this shit. Quick swap to Godot. Yeah, well, that's like going from one dump to another dump. Yeah, sorry, Godot users. Sorry. It's like one dump to another dump. Yep. I think every engine is going to have its own fair share of issues. I think the thing with Unreal is that it's such a big, chunky fuck. It's like a car, you know? I don't know how to deal with a car. It's got like fucking hydraulics and metal and brake pads and fucking horn. I don't even know how the horn works. How does a horn work on a car? Do they put like a clown horn inside of it and then you push it and you're like actually like pushing the clown? I don't know. I don't know how that works. Blueprints are hard to debug. Blueprints aren't hard to debug. I think it's just more so I don't know where memory leaks could occur in Blueprint. Now, it could very well just be a memory leak in my C++ code. You know, it could very well be that. Maybe something in my code I fucked up and now it is causing a memory leak. You know, maybe. It's very likely. What could it be? I don't know. I literally don't know. How could something from 426 to 427 suddenly start having memory leaks? Speaking of debug, can we do admin commands with debug? Like if the game was in a debug game version, yeah. But the game is a package version. It's a shipping build version, so. The horn works by pressing a Boolean variable in the car. Programming at its finest. I even tried to add some check codes in here to make sure like we didn't cause any crashes. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh yeah, this doesn't work anymore for some reason. Pretty sure Windows updated and then it just broke this randomly one day. So that's great. Don't know how to fix that. We'll just ignore it for now, please. Accidentally making the game an MMORPG. Yesterday I was looking at the replay demo thingy. And the only way for that to work is to start making everything replicated. So essentially making the game multiplayer. And a lot of people have been asking for a replay editor. But then I look into it again, and I knew this already, but I just look at it again just in case. And it requires a replication and making everything basically like a multiplayer instance. So that's yeah, that's real good. That's real good. Yeah. I use both Unreal and Godot. I was using Unity first. At this point, every engine has problems. Right. I think they all have issues. Unreal is just exacerbated. I love that word, but I can't say it. Exacerbated. Masturbated. Exacerbated. Sure. It's just exacerbated because it's just so big. There's so much stuff going on. It's like an airplane. What did I say? Exacerbated. I said exacerbated. You guys understand English? This is an English stream. Last resort is make a copy of the project and remove stuff iteratively until the memory leak is gone. I want to do some proper profiling and seeing if I can figure it out from there, because I think, like, you know, obviously I'm kind of just like a headless chicken looking for whatever could potentially be the issue. So it could be something in here, you know? I got to take out like a RAM stick so then I could try to get to the point where
Shit my pants, I did.
get to the point where I start getting the memory leak myself and then I can start replicating it. Having 64 gigabytes of RAM actually does not help me here. It actually makes things harder to debug. Barry Buddhist, thank you for the 25 months. Holy moly. Did I enter a Crim stream in a parallel universe? I see C++. Before you guys know it, I'm going to be using a bunch of C++ and then I'm going to not stream anymore. Sovereign, where are you? Where did he go? He got like a full-time job. He's probably getting a lot of money and... I miss that man. Miss his streams. He's in chat. 100%. What are we working on today? I don't know. I'm just I would like to look into this, but I'm too stupid. So I think what we're gonna do is try to work on the other stuff, the stuff that I know I can work on right now. The code, it could be this. This could be the problem right here. Something in here could be the problem. Something right here could be the memory leak. I did do that, another guy. I did do, maybe not a memory dump specifically. I did a insights. I gotta find the fucking insights file. Hold on. 427. What was it? Engine. Binaries. Win64. Unreal Insights. IH. No hablo C++. No hablo español. Hello, Unreal Insights. Oh, there you go. Hey, how are you? I think this was, this was the memory trace. So this was just 5 minutes. I think what I have to do is do like 30 minutes. See where the problem could be. Yeah. Yeah. Where's audio? Is Fmod in here? I want to see if maybe Fmod keeps increasing in memory. Engine miscellaneous. Oh, it's going up. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Can I sort this from top to bottom? Can I do that? 5 megabytes, or specifically MIB. I don't know what the I is. Render targets, 0.7 gigabytes. Like, maybe the glass destructibles aren't releasing? It's 700 megabytes right there, just in 5 minutes. But it also could just be general render targets in the entire game. Can GPT read Unreal Insights? I have no idea. I have no idea. That's a very good question. You can see UI ramps up, and it's just 8. It's just 8 megabytes. At least at the beginning of the game. I think we just need to do a trace or longer. I think that's the plan. That's the plan. Oh, Gandhi. Can you flush your render targets? The thing is, I would assume the render target would destroy itself, but maybe not. Maybe it does not destroy itself. Let's see. Vehicle. I know the vehicle. I think the vehicles have a render target. Glass render target. Do we create this on startup, or do we create this when the break occurs? Create and assign render target. Allocate render target. Blah, 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 blah. This can avoid unnecessary allocation for construction. Make sure very more instance edible keeps the data between runs. Between runs. When do we create this? When the vehicle takes damage. Maybe could that be the problem? I don't know. Right, there is a decrease in the graph as well. So it was very... No, I closed it like an idiot. I think we're going to do... I forgot if I did that memory tracing in a shipping build or in a debug build. I want to say I did it in a shipping build. I think you can do it in a shipping build. Guess we're about to find out, right, guys? Right. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Oh, wait. Build configuration, debug game. Ah, shit. Well, that doesn't help. Can I do it with a shipping build? I don't think I can. Can we drive cars in the game? What do you think this is? Real life? You cannot drive cars in the game. I'm sure a modder will try to figure it out. Oh yeah, then we have a dynamic material instance. I wonder if that gets deleted when it goes out of memory. Okay, so end play. Event end play. Render target. Clear the specified render target with a given... Nope, that's not what we want. Release render target. Manually release the GPU resources of render target. This is useful for blueprint creating a lot of render targets that would normally be released too late by the garbage collector. That could be problematic on platforms that have a tight GPU memory constraints. So it is being released by garbage collection. I don't think it's that. But maybe it is. Maybe it's not. Or maybe it is. Maybe it's not. What's a render target? I don't know, man. Why are you asking me? I'm stupid. It's like a texture. It's like a texture that you can draw to, and then you can read from. It's like its own texture that you can read from. It's 2D. And you can do cool things with. I don't know. I just use it. Adds character movement component to the car. Guys, it's that easy. To make a drivable car, you just add a character movement component to it. You just turn it into a character. Let's just, for safety, let's just release, I guess, the render target. Although, like, I feel like because we're destroying it, we're already destroying it. I didn't see anything with the dynamic material. Here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this live together, even though I should be fixing other things, honestly. Have I dabbled in C++ as much? Like, has SuperHire ever encouraged you to do some things in C++? A lot of the times it's because it's out of necessity to get something done in C++. And like I've done a few things in C++, as you can see, right? Like I have some functions, right? Etc. Etc. So I've definitely you know, done a variety of things. I think for the next game I'm going to try to do a lot more C++ because UE5 is it's a bit of a monster. Yeah. It's a bit of a monster. Are the maps too small for that? Someone will figure it out. I don't know. It could be my C++ code. It could very well just be some of my shitty C++ code. We're going to leave this in here. Although, like, dude, I don't think it's this. I don't think it's this. Don't worry, C++ is easy. You'll pick it up really quick. I'm sure I'll pick it up quick and then everything will break. Can you UE5 Memory Insight? No, that's not what I wanted. Unreal Insight shipping build. Oh, I'm gonna guess. The only way I can profile a shipping build, I believe, is if it's a source version. Okay, well, I guess that's not happening. Guess we're packaging a debug game version real quick. I've never packaged a project while on stream, so you guys are going to see this the entire experience. I'm not alone in the feeling that C++ and UE5 is better than Blueprint, more than C++ versus Blueprint and UE4. I think they're generally the same. I think the only thing is the stability of like things like structs and enums on UE5 are, if you do a Blueprint struct or enum, just be prepared for your project to self-combust at any moment in time. So that's, I think, where I would use C++ and recommend it for everyone, is making structs and enums in C++ on UE5. I don't know what happened, but shit's fucked. Is it going to be a big package? It shouldn't. It shouldn't. Here, Bluetooth. Add a difficulty where if you lose, it deletes your System32, and they have to like sign a release liability form and everything. It's like, if you die in the game, your computer will be deleted, and we are not liable for any damages caused. They have to sign a release form and everything. That'd be funny. Structs and enums are not as fucked anymore in UE5. Honestly, I would just, for me personally, all of my base classes in my next project, which is probably going to be in UE5, are just going to be C++ first. I'm just going to make everything C++ first. So then when I do want to make things or convert things to C++, or if I needed to add C++ code to a class, it is already deriving from that C++ class. And I think that's the way to move forward from a workflow standpoint. Structs and straight up editor sometimes just breaks the whole project if you change a few things under nested structs. It's scary. Yeah, it's pretty garbage. I feel like as the engine versions go on, you need to do a lot more janitorial work, which is refreshing all of your blueprints, constantly cleaning and deleting garbage, references, dirty references that are just laying around. Now obviously you should be doing that anyways, but it's like, I feel like with UE5, it's just, there's so much more stuff. It needs to be cleaned up. But yeah, I think I'm just going to be using a lot more C++ moving forward. Do you know if the live compiler in UE5 compiles your blueprints as well? I don't know. I'm pretty sure the compiler for Blueprint is different from the C++ like live coding stuff, if I remember correctly. I don't know if it'll recompile blueprints though. I've had moments where I think I've tried to use live coding and it broke a few things. Whenever you edit a struct or an enum, you're probably best just restarting the project. I feel like when you edit, yeah, any enum stuff, it's best to just restart the fucker. I think that's one downside of UE, is like with C++, you're constantly restarting the engine. Or the editor, I guess. Show output log. What you got for... Whoa. Replaced invalid user parameter data interface with its default. Excuse me? What the fuck did you just say to me? I should probably clean up these warnings. There's a lot of like array stuff that's incorrect because of my wall generator. What the hell is this though? What the hell is this? It's the Niagara particle effect. While trying to copy a parameter data to the destination data interface was null, creating a new one. That's a new warning. Interesting. We did disable that Niagara particle effect because it was causing crashes, so maybe this is the destination data interface was null. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? I should clean all of this stuff up because it just clutters my output log. It's horrendous. Wall of piss warnings is so scary during cook. It's more so with my horrendous code. Can anyone recommend a tutorial that walks me through all the C++ stuff you guys are talking about? Asking for my noob friend. Honestly, I don't really have any tutorials, unfortunately, Flint. It's one of those things like the C++ code is one of those things I'm probably just going to be learning a lot myself. If you want to go into C++, Tom Lumen has some cool stuff that's like free, a lot of written up stuff. It's just very technical. That's the only, it gets very, very technical. So, you know, take it one step at a time. But Tom Lumen has some cool documentation stuff that I was reading into that I think is great. Tom Lumen, C++. Like, he has an actual paid course as well. But this C++ guide is like a nice, I think, introductory. It's just, there's a lot. And it's written in such a way where if you have like dyslexia or something, good luck, brother. Because sometimes I look at this and I'm overwhelmed by the colors and everything else. Oh, by the way, I'm pretty sure I have dark reader on. This is usually white. Ah! It's fucking bright as hell, man. So yeah, I would recommend this. This isn't too bad. It's like a nice little starting point. It's a nice little starting point. I'm trying to think of any YouTube videos that I watched to kind of get me into it, but honestly, a lot of it for me is just like brute forcing it myself. He did warn us when he said dark readers on. All right, we've packaged the debug game. Let me go here, call this debug game. Let me go ahead into this, create a shortcut. And then in the target, I'm going to add dash trace equals memory. Hit OK. And then for some reason, I started tracing my Unreal Insights randomly started tracing. I think it started tracing the thing that was packaging the engine. It's kind of funny. Okay, let's close the engine real quick, and I guess we'll do like 20 minutes of tracing on stream. Just fuck it. And luckily, just tracing memory doesn't create enormous file sizes. That's good. I don't know if you guys can hear the audio of the game. Okay, there we go. All right. This does clear my save file for some reason, but luckily we're in a development build, so I can just play any level. But we should just start from the beginning. Let me make sure that my... Yep. We're live. We're live, baby. And we'll just play through and, I guess, abuse the game. Did you like the parallax effect on the logo when you move the mouse? It adds a little bit of, a little bit of life to the main menu. A little bit of fun life to it. You know something I kind of hate is, you see, like, this text getting smaller. God, that looks pretty ugly. I think that's something we can maybe change and fix. That's like a nice little adjustment. All right. Well, hit the cars. I doubt a real player would be doing this, but you never know. You never know what they're actually doing. You never know what they're actually doing. Some of these players, they go in and they do the weirdest things. I did a bunch of that. I'm really glad people are enjoying the car effects, though. It's one of the greatest things I'm very proud of. Even though it's literally the most faked effect, but it works so well. Even though it's not real. Because technically, if you were to really make a proper damage system, first off, the glass would not break like this on the windshield because it's tempered. No, it's not tempered glass. It's laminated glass, I think is what it's called. Or the thing that has the thin layer of stuff on it. The glass on the sides would shatter because it's tempered. So this is actually inaccurate. Put some NPCs in the cars in the future. I wanted to, but it just gets into like such a difficult territory. But it would make it feel really cool, right? Like seeing the enemies hop out of the cars and stuff. I guess you mean like civilians potentially, I guess. Let's try like resetting the level as well, because I imagine like a normal player is probably resetting a level constantly because they're dying and whatnot. My foot! With Animblood and etc. Yeah, it would be cool. It would be cool. Some of the diving I think we can maybe fix up and clean up a little bit, animation-wise. Don't jump off. Or, actually, I can't jump off. Well, that's kind of... We should make it so you can jump off. But then you die. I was thinking of adding in some different melee weapon enemies. I was watching this one, like, Korean... I don't know if I'd call it drama. It kind of drama, but it's more comedy than drama, I would say. Show called Good Boy. And they constantly just had enemies with... It's like, I feel like it's kind of like a cliche now. I feel like in those kind of shows. Just dudes with axes. Dudes with fucking, like, metal pipes randomly. Knives. I feel like we could probably figure out some different animations for some of the melee enemies that have like axes and shit. I feel like that would be a good little easy thing to put in. Add some variation to the enemy attacks. And then I do have to change the look of some of the unique enemies though. So far, no memory issues. Don't jump off the bridge. Do you think people will get pissed off at that? It's like, dude, it was such a small fall. I shouldn't die. We have a level where if you fall in the water, you die. And they're like... We have like, I think 4 negative reviews, literally just like My character fell in water and touched the water and died. What the heck? Why can't my character swim? It's like, don't fall in the water, noob. What do you want me to tell you? So, at some point, I guess I'll have to change that level. Make it so you just walk really slowly if you fall in the water. So... that was an accident. I don't know how that guy died. But people are getting really pissed at that level. They get really mad at that level. Yo, Hancock. How's it going? Doing good, man. How are you? Looks like Max Payne, if you know what I mean. Actually, it looks like Mr. Bean with a gun, if you ask me. Dude, the fact that people... I never interpreted this skin as looking at... like... looking like Mr. Bean, but man, when someone pointed it out, I was like, oh my god, it is. The character. I would eject my character right now, but the problem is I don't... I think that breaks things, so I don't want to do that. But it's such a funny fucking reference, because it actually does look exactly like Mr. Bean. Can I check, what's a command I can check for memory? Stat memory, maybe? We're gonna restart a bunch of times, because, like, I'm trying to picture what an actual playthrough would look like. Right? You know what I mean? And that would involve a lot of restarting, bunch of deaths, various things like that. Like, let's see, if we do stat memory. So far, I'm not seeing anything specifically from there, you know what I mean? Yeah. And so far, I'm still at 90 FPS. The only thing is, dude, I have 64 gigs of RAM, so it makes it very difficult for me to... figure out where the problem might lie. Also, this is a debug game, which could very well, there could very well be a issue with the shipping build and not the debug game, which then, you know, we're back to the same problem that we had before with 426, not knowing where the crash came from. Now we don't know where the memory leak comes from. Game development. I am getting some performance issues on this level though. Is it every time I get a kill I lose like 3 FPS or something? Maybe we're onto something with this level? Maybe this level is just fucking haunted. Which it could be, because there's trees everywhere. There's no one here. Anything with PSO caching? I have enabled it, but I haven't actually done any proper PSO caching myself, which obviously I'm supposed to. I've not set up anything there, which honestly could help. Could be very helpful. Gravity isn't your friend. Geralt of Rivia dies from a shorter fall when a game has fall damage. What the hell? Negative review. Listen, man. Have you ever fallen in a pool of water with a suit on and body armor? I imagine it's not good. I'm trying to like come up with excuses now. Trying to come up with some excuses. Some polish that we could make is like when you spawn in, the enemies from the past checkpoint are like there. We could make it so we'd like delete them a lot earlier in the game. Like that could be something we could potentially do. I wonder if maybe that's what's causing the problem. What's the, how big is the Unreal Insights file now? It is at 42 megabytes. Honestly, not bad for how long we've been testing, which I don't know how long we've been testing. I'm going to assume 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Let's keep resetting to checkpoint. We'll kill a couple enemies here. And then reset to checkpoint. Maybe I can see a couple things from the task manager. I don't know if it would show me anything. Maybe it could be helpful. Are the trees instance here in this level, are they individual actors? They are all foliage actors, which are instance. So it shouldn't be the trees. But that being said, the trees are fucking trees, man. I really had to make the cars of such a specific height. .5 megabytes. Or 23.5 gigabytes. So far, I'm not seeing a spike in memory usage. Someone said that they were using Task Manager for a little bit of memory usage profiling. How do you use Task Manager to profile memory? Are those Cinti cars? Yes. Unfortunately. Heavily edited Cinti cars, because before they had all just sharpened edges. They had no smooth normals. So I smoothed all the normals, but I also kind of fucked up some stuff. I wonder, like, if, for me to get like a quick quality increase on these things, I think one fix would be adding proper backlights and headlights and whatever the back. I wonder if that would make the cars look nicer. You know what I mean? Like this one's kind of cool because it's got like the lights are on the inside. Like I wonder if that would help at all. Some of the cars just need better normals though. Just needs more geometry or something. Did I add any sub-D smooth and some PBR materials? Well, I added some roughness values to it. I added smoothness. I didn't really sub-D anything though. I didn't really sub-D anything. Yeah, I'm still running at 23.5 megabytes. So maybe the memory leak is somewhere else. Did I go to the barber? I did get a haircut. I did indeed get a haircut. I gotta fix this section because the enemies are a bit weird. Like this guy should have had attack priority. I don't understand why the other guy had attack priority. It doesn't make any sense. Also, the navigation doesn't update when they get it here, so that might be something I wanted to ask. Or something I want to fix. Is that glass UE5 specific? The glass destruction? This is just a render target. You could do the same thing in UE5. And it's in UE4. My memory usage has not updated. I don't know. Oh, right. I have the max FPS at 90. Let's do like 120. No, let's do 90 because I don't want to break anything. Oh, this is good. This is a good change, though. No one will yell at me for not having an FPS limit on by default and get a negative review for the FPS limit not being set by default. And then people are complaining that their GPU is getting hot because Unreal Engine will do the right thing and use all of your GPU if you don't put an FPS. Yeah, welcome to Game Development, guys. Well, I am lagging a little bit here, actually. I got blew up. Okay. I'm not seeing any of the memory spike, but, have the people who reported memory leaks gave detailed descriptions? No, not really. Not really. They just say after 30 minutes of playing, or whatever, they get a memory leak. Or they don't say they have a memory leak. I'm assuming that it's a memory leak. Their game just runs a little bit slower. Which we can see every time that we kill an enemy. We are getting a little bit of an FPS drop now. I think it has something to do with the UI, man. Something in the UI is not clearing. So now that the game is almost done, can we have first person now? Yeah, totally, man. How much better has your third-person aim gotten since developing the third-person mode for Superfire? I already had pretty good aim because, unlike other game devs, I'm actually a giga gamer. I am a super gamer, although my skills have dwindled. Not because of this game, but just, you know, because of working on this game, I guess. I think it is. I think it has to be Slate. Something with the UI when we kill enemies. Look, every time we kill an enemy, it like jumps up. I don't know. Do the success prompts spawn new widgets every time you kill? Every time that's... What did he do to the door? Every time the score pops up, like the perfect shots and the stuff on the right, with like the whatnot, that is, it is technically a new widget. Which, honestly, the smart thing to do would be pooling it. Creating a pool of like maybe 5 widgets or 6 widgets, and then reusing it. That probably would be a pretty good optimization, honestly. You can pool widgets? You could probably pool widgets. I don't see why not. You create like a set of them and then you keep reusing them rather than creating new ones. Because each widget is a U object. You're fine. Are they world space widgets? Some of the widgets are definitely world space, yes. This level I think could also do with some optimizing. It's a pretty heavy level. Oh shit, that doesn't show up. I was trying to do the GPU profiler and it didn't show up. If I were to guess, it made a log file. The game's almost done. You can press the make multiplayer button. Yeah, listen, if I do that, I'm also gonna have to press the get therapy button, okay? You got the money for that? Because I'm gonna need it. It might not even be a memory issue, guys. Well, I don't think it's a memory issue. My memory usage has stayed 23.5. I thought you released this game? I did. I did. Now I'm just doing patches and stuff. I'm gonna miss the sniper on this level, guys. He's gone. The random green laser from nowhere. I'm gonna miss him. It pissed off a lot of players. I think we got a couple negative reviews because of it. But I am gonna miss him. He had some character to him. And watching streams of people struggling with this level was kind of funny. And I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it dearly. Rip random green laser from nowhere? Yeah, I know, right? Now instead it's 2 snipers that for some reason don't shoot at the player, even though I've literally made them... I literally programmed them to do the thing, but for some reason they're not doing... I don't know why they're not. Okay, well that's really annoying. Who's shooting at me? That guy. He's dead now. Why did I remove it? Bunch of fucking crybabies. That's the only way I could describe it. Did I figure out what I'll do for my next project? I don't know. I don't know. It could be Ronin. It could be the idle kinda-ish game that I was thinking of doing where you like invade islands, but then turns into like an idle kinda, you know, cozy, chill game type thing. It could be the zombie roguelite that I do want to work on at some point. Could be let's restart the level. It could be he's gonna start reviewing coffee machines. Now that could be my next endeavor. found an old demo copy of your previous project. I believe it was called Cyberpunk 2077. Do you mean Ronin 2072? The infamous Ronin 20 of 72? That's the release date, by the way. Did I release a demo version of it publicly? Introduce a harder mode, and the only additional is that one sniper. I want to bring him back. Bring him back from the grave. Have you considered a horse racing gacha game? I haven't thought about that. I've literally... Someone done it before? You know what I have thought about? I have thought about a anime cockfighting gacha game. Cockfighting, but it's anime. Yeah, you know, like no, not cock like that. I meant like chickens, but they're like anime gacha chickens, right? And they fight like Dragon Ball Z style. Think about it. It's fucking dude. Hell yeah. Listen, just because horses racing on a fucking track is culturally acceptable in the West, doesn't mean that. Chickens fighting each other to the death is not culturally acceptable. Like, listen. Okay, motherfucker. Just because you feel like you can culturally, what's the word? Appropriate other people's cultures doesn't mean... anyways. Bad joke. It's not actually a joke. That is my next game idea. You need to name it Chicken Gladiators and it'll pass? No, I have like no connection. Just make it have no connection with the actual thing that it references. But it's like, make it like super DBZ style. And then nobody will know. Well, maybe a few people will. Well, you guys will know, but you know, who cares? Yeah, I'm a game developer. Okay, I see no difference on the memory. However, I need to ask more details from people that are having this memory leak. Because just hearing FPS go down, I don't think is helpful for me. Like, I can see the FPS drops when I'm killing enemies. Which is weird. I don't know why that's happening. Ugh. We should give the sniper a helmet. And make him like an elite. Honestly, that would have been a good idea. We should have Sniper V2, which is like a stronger version of the other sniper, and literally he just has a helmet. That means you have to like kill him from closer up. Could be a widget thing. I feel like it could be a widget thing. As the masses say, clearly, you shouldn't have picked Unreal Engine. Yeah, honestly, that was the problem. The problem started from the very beginning. I picked Unreal Engine. As the gamers say. That's not the way to do it. Whoa! Oh my god, that fucking tripped me out. The water? Whoa! I'm gonna puke. Alright, let's go to the next level real quick. Oh, I am getting some pretty gnarly FPS drops now. But it's not like consistently, it only happens after killing an enemy. And only if the enemy's like really close up. Maybe it's the perfect shot combos causing the lag? Hmm. Yeah, we're definitely getting a little bit of FPS lag now. It's not my memory. My memory is still 23.5 megabytes, guys. I don't think it's a memory issue. It's something else. It's something else. Something else is the problem. It's not memory related. I'm still at... Look. I'm still at 23.5. Super higher. Memory is still at 941 megabytes. Should have picked Godot. Should have built your own game engine. It's true. It's true. I should have. Shit. You sure that they were playing on PC instead of ROG Ally? Well, the thing is, we can see the problem. It is occurring on our end. Something is clearly causing the FPS drops, and we weren't having it before. So it might seem like a memory leak. Fire extinguisher. Hurry, hit him. No, not the table. Oh, mother. We should put more fire extinguishers in this level. It'd be funny. So here's what I'm discovering. The FPS drops doesn't happen if you're not doing anything. It occurs when you're killing an enemy. And specifically when you kill 2 to 3 enemies. And I think it's got to be widget related. Because look at it dip down. Goes up. Now, of course, Slate... doing a Slate statistic is a funny joke because it's like... This stat screen costs on its own. Like, it costs something to even have this fucking showing, but we are at 90 FPS. I can't see shit. Look at that. It's gotta be Slate, man. Look at this shit. Then I stopped killing enemies. I stopped killing any enemies. It's not memory, man. Is Super Hard still in UE4? It is, yes. I think it's Slate. Is it the VFX loading in? I don't think it's the VFX because, like, look. Like, just killing that one enemy increased us from... We're at 4 MS right now, down to 0.56 on total Slate tick time. Let's see our stats. Does it? Which one does it increase? We have game and draw at 2.6 and 4, frame at 11, draw GPU at 11. Game goes up to 11. Hold on, let's try resetting because it wasn't a good enough test for that. Game goes up to 12. I think it has something to do with Slate. I don't do that often, Barbudas. I do that with certain things. But yeah. Others I should definitely be pooling, but instead I create the widgets fresh. Not a great idea. I know. What's weird is, why does it occur so much later on in the game? Which slate is causing it? Can I do stat slate and see like which one is causing? Let's see. We have slate tick time. It does show whenever one loads in. Like the vocal UI, but it's not really, I'm gonna be honest guys, it's not really showing me any specific one that's causing the hugest spikes. Like nothing's really explaining to me which one would cause it. What happens if I do new game? Let's go back to that level. Here we go, the one that we just were in. Let's do a new game. So that means we've refreshed the player character, we've loaded into a different level, and it is still happening. Guys, I'm gonna be honest. That doesn't make any sense to me. We have an entirely new HUD, fresh HUD. This might actually be an engine. Like, this might actually be some weird engine issue. Because even if I pooled the widgets, it probably wouldn't happen to this extent, right? Which widgets have I on? Do I have on tick? I could probably destroy. Like, I could probably turn off tick on a few of them. God, that's so weird, man. Don't kill me. What's weird is that quitting the game doesn't reset it. Is my time widget running on a timer on tick? The time in the top right, I'm pretty sure is on tick. I don't think that one's a huge concern, especially considering that it's it's like active at all times, so I think that one's okay. It's just when we're killing an enemy. What's weird is that it persists even when restarting. The fact that it persists even after restarting is very peculiar. Is there something I don't know about with, like, Slate in UE4? Where, like, the Slate persists even when leaving a level? Now, we can hide the HUD. Let's see if hiding the HUD fixes anything. No. It's still... because I think behind the scenes is still ticking things. Does the FPS get worse the longer you play? Yeah. It's a very weird thing. It's like whenever a slate widget has any ticking, it like gets worse over time. What the hell is going on? Because you can see the player HUD is right here. What the hell? Ah. You can see player HUD right here. It was just at 0.12 ms. So that's fine. We can see a lot of dirty, killed score stuff here. Honestly, if we make it so we reuse the base score HUD widget rather than creating a new one each time, which is fucking stupid, I know. That's on me. I'm a dummy. That might be an improvement. Might be an improvement. Yeah, batching, I think. Pooling them and just reusing one might be helpful. If we go to the main menu, do all of these get cleared? I don't know why these are in the stat screen. These are supposed to be destroyed, pretty sure. Let's wait 12 seconds. Because it's supposed to be 12 seconds for garbage collection. Let me be cleared. let me be cleared. Yeah, garbage collection for us runs every 12 seconds. Time to go eat. Hey, Charlie, enjoy the food, man. Thanks for dropping by. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. Why is the widget tick time getting so high? Is there like a engine issue with Slate in... Wouldn't these get deleted? Okay, hear me out. Also, by the way, okay. Do you guys see this big, long, ginormous, humongous number? You guys see that big, ginormous, humongous number, right? That's not the amount of widgets. No, that can't be it, right? Like it's just a number. It's just a random, maybe a UObject number or something. Does it keep track of number of executes and 3 kill combos? Keep making that sound. God, it sounds so good. Hey, gun sounds. All of our UI sounds are gun Foley sounds. Like a safety switch. Putting in a magazine. All these sounds are all like gun sounds that we use as our UI sounds. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure all of them should be... The most of them are gun sounds. These are safety switches. Yeah. Pretty sure this is like a rifle safety switch or something, like an AK or something. I can't tell what it is, but we use a lot of that. Because this just sounds good. And it's also very, like, thematical, I guess. So, why is this happening? That doesn't make any sense to me. I think everything is just getting like worse and worse over time. Like any little widget that is ticking. Ozzy Osbourne has passed. It's the end of the world. All right. We've done enough memory testing. I think I've come to the conclusion it's not the memory. None of it is memory related. It's something with Slate. But let's check the memory anyways. Check the memory anyways. '07 Ozzy. Remind me, because I'm really bad with memory. Ozzy Osbourne music, right? Guitarist? Rock? Oh, heavy metal. Yep. Yep. Why is networking going up? Now, it's only 0.7 kilobytes, supposedly. But why is it going up? I literally don't do anything besides, I guess, caching achievements. UI. UI. It just keeps going up. You made the Crazy Train song? No, not Crazy Frog. Crazy Train. Well, let me know when the Crazy Frog guy passes away. That'll be really unfortunate as well. Actually, don't let me know. I'd rather not. No, I'd rather be oblivious. Sometimes ignorance is bliss. Guys, why does it keep going up on UI? Why does the memory keep going up with the UI? Now, it's not a memory leak necessarily, but there is definitely a memory problem. Like, this could be, like, even though the memory isn't causing a memory max on the RAM, I think what might be happening, how does tick work on a widget? Does the tick go through a different thread, and does it check every object before it goes to the actual things that are ticking? Because if that's the case, Based on your game, I'm assuming you're a Max Payne fan. Are you hyped about the upcoming remakes? I know this is going to sound crazy. I have yet to play a Max Payne game. I have yet to play one. I know that sounds crazy, considering that there seems like there's a lot of Max Payne influence in my game. But I have not played a single Max Payne game. Yeah, I haven't played any of the Max Payne games. So I think what we need to look at is the UI. Now, I do have a custom thing with my UI. I think all of our problems is in Slate. Somewhere with Slate. Let me just open it. I think it's... I'm going to be honest. I think it's something on the engine. I think something with the engine is fucking borked. UE427 Slate. Slate FPS lag. Because this started only happening in 427 and not in 426. So why is it that it starts happening in 427 and not 426? Let's see if there's any settings with Slate. Do I have any settings for Slate? Right here, Slate settings. Oh, that's great. There's just one setting. Yeah, good. Very good. Good. Let's just search up all settings. Let's search up Slate. Widget? That's what's causing it? Ticket? Random checkbox? Yeah, hey! Random checkbox. There's a Reddit post! Hey, as I play my game, my longer run gets the worst performance I have. I've narrowed down the cause, which is the floating damage on it. Then these is a simple text widget, which plays an animation that removes itself from the parent. Performance is generally very good with these as I can spawn the mixture quickly. Problem running to is that over time, the more I spawn, eventually the game begins to slow down. My Slate tick time gets higher and higher, but only if I spawn these damage numbers throughout the run. If I disable them, I run into no slowdown at all. Must be signing something in the background, not removing the... Oh, also try pooling these widgets to reduce the amount created over the course of the game, and I still run into the slowdown. Even when nothing is going on and all damage numbers have been removed from the viewport. I managed to resolve the issue with a combination of pooling the widgets and also removing the tick function on the widget itself, and using the pool manager to strictly only tick the active widgets. After the slowdown seems pretty much non-existent. I can spawn 100 plus per second, keep a high frame rate. Yep. Yep. Yeah, it sounds about right. Here's the problem. Wait, no, I don't get it. I don't understand. Balls. Balls? Balls. Balls. When we unload the player HUD, is it also unloading the widget inside of the thing? Here's the problem. We have a ton of things that are using animated systems within the UMG. Very stupid. I know. I'm dumb. It's true. Because of that, I think we need to have tick enabled because it uses tick to animate those objects, which, as you can imagine, sucks balls. Ideally, what we should do is just spawn them once. And that would be the fix to the problem. Where is our perfect shot system? Where the fuck? Hey! Actually, though, where are you? Dude. Ah! Perfect shot combo. We spawn this probably... Yeah, we spawn this like an idiot. Perfect shot combo. Where do we call this from? The player character and also the player HUD? Excuse me? Perfect shot. Add perfect shot UI. We clear the children of the perfect shot overlay. I think clearing children doesn't actually call them to be deleted. I'm convinced. I'm convinced it doesn't. Why is it an overlay? Come on, me. Come on, man. Why don't we just have it here and we just load it in when we want it rather than spawning a new one? Kerm, are you ignoring me? That's what I'm trying to convey. I know. What I'm really confused about is when we go from level to level and we unload this widget and then reload it, are we actually unloading the widget or is it like somehow persisting even beyond death? I'm convinced that widgets in Unreal don't actually properly delete themselves. I'm convinced. They don't actually properly delete themselves. So, in that case, wouldn't you technically want to spawn the player's HUD widget in the main menu and then keep it forever? Have you considered asking our good old friend ChatGPT or Gork? At Gork, how fix problem? No, I think we kind of have some ideas of what to do to improve it. Let me reopen up that Reddit post because that is essentially like what our problem is. I don't think this is... this fucking node, clear children... I think doesn't do anything. I think that shit doesn't do shit. It's horrendous. Here's the first optimization we can make, though. Here's the first optimization. We stop creating this when we need it. Instead, we create it by default, and we just call it. That would be our very first optimization. Second optimization, the score UI. Yeah. Nothing wrong with asking ChatGPT. Oh, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. That's not what I was saying. I think I've already identified where the problem is by doing some profiling and whatnot. And we can also see here, this is, you know, probably a problem here as well, based on what we can see. Yeah. Can you make a separate test function to see when and how long a script is running and when it gets called? Like I can, we can use Memory Insights to do that, or not Memory, Unreal Insights to do that. I would have to start tracing Unreal Insights after playing it for 30 minutes, because 5 minutes of Unreal Insights tracing everything is about a 300 megabyte file. So I have to so I don't know what the command is to run Unreal Insights mid-game. I'm pretty sure you can. I just don't remember what the command was. So we could do that, and that could determine... I think we know what the problem is, though. Which it's this. It's my stupid fucking me spawning widgets like a doofus. That's the real fucking problem. And I think this is going to be an ongoing thing to fix. But, you know, at least we know where the problem is. It's Slate and UI and widgets and bullshit. Yeah. Widgets. They're great. And also not great. They're shit. You really got to make use of the GPU materials for UI. Yep. All right. Well, we know what it is, although it's very weird. The Space Marine 2 studio gets unexpectedly shut down by Saber Interactive. Just collapse stuff to a function? Oh yeah, you green code. Let me read your message. I know from experience that the event graph remembers all node outputs, meaning if you don't collapse things to a function, all outputs will be remembered forever. Things, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true. I know we had this discussion a while back. The thing is, I can't debunk it. That's the problem. Because first, I'd want to figure out how to profile that if I could. Now, we do have a reference to a widget right here. So this could be holding a reference to the thing, right? But every time we spawn a new one, we clear the children and then reset the variable with a different reference. No, either way though, the solution is not to keep creating new widgets for this. The solution is to just have it spawned by default and just make it visible or invisible when we need it. Honestly, that is one of our things we need to do here. One thing I am curious about is if the player HUD widget ever deletes itself when we unload the level. It's part of the base user widget. BP player HUD. What are some base functions in the HUD system? Hook to allow blueprints to do custom HUD drawing. Hold on. Give me a second. Mm-hmm. Hmm. I don't know when this gets removed. Yeah, I know. We don't have any... Now, of course, I think the thing is an overlay, I believe, technically keeps a reference to something. But when we clear the children widgets, I think this node is a trick. I think I looked into it somewhere. I need to look for my panel widget. What is my panel widget? What is panel? Panel widget. Uh-huh. Aha. Yes. Clear. Children. It will remove child at. Remove child at will. Here we have an array. We could be keeping an array. Man. I don't think this is actually... No, it's removing it from the array. Ah! That's some bullshit. Panel widget. I'm about to go to the fucking UE5 version. All right, show me the UE5 version. Release. Go to File. Panel widget. .cpp. Where's this? Private components. Okay. Clear child at. Excuse me. Oh, remove child at. Okay, sorry. Remove child at has no edited code. Except for a But it does have some edited code, actually. They, like, move some shit around for some reason. They did move a couple things around. Who knows? Maybe they also edited this, which is release slate resources. They added an else statement in here. This is engine code? Engine code. This is engine code. Now, what I could do is derive from panel widget myself. Let's see what release slate resources does. That doesn't help me at all. Okay, either way, I think something that should help is making it so we're not spawning everything one by one. I think that's going to be the first improvement. I'm not going to do it right now because it's going to require a lot of testing to make sure this shit works. But I do think that is the thing that we need to do. Make it so make base score and add score pooled and creating new widgets. All right, those are the two things I can see helping, hopefully drastically. Additionally, use materials and GPU for animations rather than widget animations and tick. Additionally, perfect shot could probably get the same love as well. That's the plan, I think. The numbers have this fade out, right? Is that something you can use for your child destruction? Well, yeah, what we do is it fades out and then we remove from parent. But the thing is, I think removing from parent is not enough. Widgets are a bit weird in that you're not like destroying them, you're removing them from the screen, and then that essentially should call them ready for garbage collection. I don't think that's what's happening though. I think what's occurring is when we add this to an overlay, it's for some reason persisting. Oh yeah, Austin, this is Notion. Yeah, Notion. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. I think this will be a huge fix. Pooling and then not just constantly creating the widget over and over and over again, I think will be a big plus. I think there are more improvements we can make. One of them being every enemy has a vocal UI, which we use for when they get aggroed. The problem is that's also a widget that's animated. That one we can probably also optimize. That being said, I think the score is the biggest one. I think these two are the biggest ones right here. Obviously, the enemy would be the next thing to look at. It's like these fucking stupid exclamation marks and shit. We could easily just not use widgets for that. You know, we could probably not, you know, use widgets for that. Sorry, I'm a noob dev. I do stupid things. Stupid things that I did not perceive would be that big of a problem starting out, and now here we are in this predicament. So, alas, I think we did enough profiling to discover that it is a slate-related issue, or at least the perception is that so far. And then this will also, by doing this, it will also fix this. So we can move this here under optimization. Once we fix this and we pool the score, this won't lag as much, because the reason why this is lagging is because every time you hide the HUD, get a bunch of kills, and then show this shit again, this shit throws a fit. So, because it's like playing the animations all at once when you make it visible again. Okay. I think those would be the things to optimize. And that should fix the FPS drops, I hope. Fingers crossed. Cool. All right, now what? We should add grappling as a tutorial. That should honestly be our next thing, because we don't have grappling in the tutorial, and we really should put grappling in the tutorial. So let's see if I remember how to do this. Now, that being said, I would like to redo the entire tutorial. That would be very nice. But grappling and perfect shots. The thing is, we show perfect shots in the shooting section. In the shooting section, we talk about it. But maybe we need to make it super explicit. Because it's in text. Right, it's here. These can be replenished by getting 7 perfect shots in a row, picking up ammo boxes, or by executing enemies. Having no ammo while doing these actions will immediately reload into your primary. So maybe instead of having it as a section here, maybe we do make it as... I think grappling is a good start. I think the perfect shots would be a second good thing to do as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take countering. I'm going to duplicate this. T5C underscore grappling. I'm going to put it in there. Let's see if I remember how to do this shit. Tutorial table. Aha. Okay, so then in here, countering, let's go ahead and duplicate this. This will be grappling. I think we have a common term for this. We do not. Whoops. This needs new icons as well. All of these need new icons. Shit. Here, link. The action input would be not counterattack, but Actually, I want this to be something different. Where did I... Oh, no, that is correct, actually. Hold on. What am I fixing today? I'm adding in grappling to the tutorial because I didn't, because I'm stupid. And everybody's confused when they hear, hey, you can actually grab enemies. We're going to have to figure out the text for this. But let's get the tutorial appearing first. Have you tried the game on a Steam Deck? Did you limit the FPS to 60 or 30? You can run it on 60 if you lower some of the settings, but I think you can run it confidently on 30 with the highest settings, I'm pretty sure. But you can definitely have a pretty good time with it, I think, from a performance standpoint. I have my Steam Deck and I've been able to enjoy it on there. Okay, so countering immediately loads the next level, which is kicking. We want it to load. Hold on, before I make that edit, I'm going to duplicate this. T button. Grappling. This one will stay as kicking, but this one will load. T5C underscore grappling. Grappling will load kicking. This will load grappling. Bind event to successful counter. No. I want to go into the player character and we want to change that to a different event. There's a cool upscaler on Steam that I've heard is good. Works on Steam Deck as well. Ah. Upscaler, huh? That would be interesting on Steam Deck. But which upscaler is it? Is it like a Steam-made upscaler? I don't know why they would make an upscaler themselves, I guess. It's a third party? I'm guessing it's like NVIDIA or AMD or something. What's AMD's upscaler called? It's like X something? XMR? XM... No? Oh. Oh. It's a completely different thing. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, FSR. That's the AMD one. This is it. Lossless scaling. I love how it's a software. I love how it's a software on Steam. I think that's I think that's the kind of the funniest thing about this. Okay, I like the integer one. I think that one's cool and neat. I fucking hate the look of this one, man. It completely breaks the pixel art, you know, look. But it's still very cool. Like, shit. There's definitely some, like, little artifacts, but, like, still, you gotta admit, pretty impressive what it's doing. It kind of looks like it's almost it kind of looks like it's almost like a sharpening effect. You know what I mean? At least in this shot. Obviously, I know that there's more. It's doing a lot more, but yeah, native does look a lot better visually, but of course the FPS is not as pretty. Pretty cool. They're still updating, so I'm sure it's better. I know it's supposed to be pretty demanding financially, but a physical release would be sick. I have no clue how I'd go about doing it. No clue. Get a pennant? I don't even know where I would get started with something like that. Okay, so here's where our grab system is. Do we have any event dispatchers for this already? We have end grapple. Let's go ahead and make a new one called grapple started. Or started grapple. So then that way we can call it from the tutorial. Splitgate 2 is going back to beta? Wait, what do you mean they're going back to beta? How do you go back to beta? How the hell does that happen? How does it go back to beta? We launched too early. We had ambitious goals with Splitgate 2, and in our excitement to share it with you, we bit off more than we could chew. We rushed certain features, made some boneheaded mistakes, and most importantly, we didn't give you the polished, portal-filled mayhem you fell in love with. So we're going back to beta. Man, they just need to work on a new game. Because how do you launch this shit too early after getting 100 million in funding or whatever the fuck it was, after releasing a second game where you've probably, hopefully learned a lot of things from the first one? Like, I don't know, dude. I don't think there's any saving Splitgate. Like, I'm going to be honest. It's just the concept itself, the idea of it. I think the problem is they're trying so hard to target a casual audience with mechanics that are not casual friendly. I think that's the problem. It's like the root idea. They're trying so hard to capture an audience using a SaaS structure. They're shutting down the servers for the first game and laying off more people. Bro, it's clockwork at this point. They just, dude, go next game, man. Just go next game. I get it. This is your baby, your dream idea. You've been working on this shit since you were in the fucking college dorm rooms. Like, just go next. I'm gonna be honest. Go next. They're trying so hard to target a casual audience. Bro, they just want to shoot shit. They don't want to put down fucking portals. I'm going to be honest. I like it. It's fun to me, but I'm not a casual player, I guess. I'm okay with those obtuse mechanics. You can tell they're trying so hard to target the casual audience with like battle passes and battle royale mode, and then they fucking paid Tim the Tap Man probably millions of fucking dollars because he was playing the game, I think, for like 2 weeks, randomly on and off. He was playing the game probably to satisfy his contract. Dude, what are you doing? Like, be real. What are you doing? You're targeting an audience that is not there for your game. At this point, you're going to get to a point where you're going to have Splitgate, no portals mode. It's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You're going to have a no portals mode like Fortnite did. Now, the difference with Fortnite is, I guess, they were able to still grasp an audience that's casual, even with their building mechanics. Which, I honestly really like the building mechanics. So, I don't know. But, it ain't it, man. This ain't it. I think they're trying so hard to be a Call of Duty or a Halo killer that, or something of the sort. It's not happening. Have I seen if Ubisoft made RDR2? No, but I can only imagine what the joke focuses on. I like the building to a certain point. I really enjoyed the building of Fortnite, but I also really enjoyed the gameplay loop of double pumping, and then they removed double pumping. Fortnite with no building mechanics is actually not terrible. It's not bad. I think the thing is, I don't really like the shooting. Well, at least new shooting I think is okay. The shooting back then was kind of just RNG for the most part, or you just tap fired, like with the AK or whatever. I was playing a lot of Fortnite. Like, I was playing a lot of Fortnite. I know it's embarrassing and whatever, okay? I was playing a lot of Fortnite. Like, to the point where I was I was almost on a pro level. Like, whenever we would randomly find people scrimming, you can tell when people are scrimming because they avoided fights. And they had this stupid rule where it's like no fighting until third circle. It was fucking stupid. I would find out that, oh, I'm in a scrim server or a scrim lobby, and I would fuck people up. I'd fuck them up. It was so funny because it's like they would avoid fighting. It's like, and they'd get so pissed off. Oh man. And they, like, the way they played was the most, oh god, Fortnite competitive was fucking cringe. I'm gonna sit in a box and just sit here while I'm in the zone. It's like, god, you are shit. You suck at the game. Most of it had a Fortnite phase at some point. It was a really fun game, honestly. It was just a really fun game. I don't know if I'd play it nowadays. I don't really like all the new movement mechanics, especially. I think the thing I liked about building is that it was you combining very simple movement mechanics with the building. And I think that's what made it interesting. Now there's like climbing and vaulting and, you know, which a lot, I think those mechanics really complement the no building mode. But I liked the building and I liked kind of some of the simplicity of some of the mechanics back then. So I don't know. Bind event to grapple. Okay. That should be our grappling system. I would only play it for the UEFN games nowadays. Yeah, back then when I was playing it a lot, there was no UEFN. It was Fortnite Creative. And that was fun to play around with in its basic forms. I recreated the Modern Warfare 2 map sub-base. Whoops, I have my ammo on. And yeah, it was fun. Played around with. At the time, I was doing a lot of streaming still as well, so we would play with the with chat at that time. Okay, so after this should be grappling. It's showing counterattack again. Hmm. Erm. Right. Did I make that level in the right place? Yes. Grappling. T5C grappling. Huh. Oh. I kept the same, it's the same button. I forgot to replace it with the new button. Ah, there we go. Oopsies. I'm so stupid. Now you don't play with chat because you hate us. That's true. Oh, Rumbleverse. Dude, I played a bunch of BR games, man. I played a bunch of BR games. I think Rumbleverse I played a little bit. I played a bit of the magic one. I played a little bit of the magic one. I forgot the name of it. That one wasn't bad. Spell Break. Yeah. Aha! Grappling. There we go. Now it's in the game. Now we just need to give it some text. Let's see if kicking appears next. There we go. I gotta improve this. It is one thing I'd like to improve is prop kicking. And just make it more fun and reliant. Oh yeah, Apex was a big one. Apex was so much fun when it first started. It was so much fun. That was Apex, they did like a surprise release, I guess, even though it got leaked beforehand. Apex was really fun first starting out. There's another BR that I played. H1Z1 was one of the first ones where I played a shit ton of. I played PUBG quite a bit. Probably not as much as H1Z1 though. Honestly, I really liked I think that's why I liked how Fortnite was. Because H1Z1 had a little bit of that arcadey combat design as well. Okay. So we added grappling, now we just need to add text for it. And then we need to localize all of it. Oh, well. Yeah, back when Apex released, that was when I was still a gamer, playing games and not losing. I'm pretty shit these days. I ain't as good as I used to be. I'm a bit slow. Nowadays, I play Deadlock and then get angry. Because Valve things. Guys, can I make can I do a take? When I saw this tweet, I knew it was AI generated because I just had a fucking feeling. Also, why is everyone overhyping this? Why is everyone overhyping this? Why is everyone overhyping this? I don't know. They're like, dude, it's like a full video game. No, it's a fucking silly animated shot. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand. And then if a game were to be made with this style, people would call it retro and fucking old looking, and then they would probably trash on the graphics because it's pixel art. Let's be fucking real. Be real with me. Be real. I think you could do some shader fuckery if you wanted it to kind of look like this, but it definitely looks wrong. Like something about it doesn't look right. If you're a 3D artist and you want to help me make this game, slide in my DMs. It has to be an MMORPG. Agree 1,000,000%. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. takes 50%, 60% of profits, didn't actually fucking do anything. What the hell is this? What the hell is that? Wait a second. Huh? Oh, there's a wall here. Oh, sorry. Sorry, my bad. I don't, dude, why? How does it have 100K likes? I don't get it. The internet is cooked. Honestly, the internet is actually kind of, it's actually fucking cooked. I'm gonna be honest. I'm sorry. I'm a bit of a negative Nancy, I guess. Like, but like, dude, if this is what gets the internet fucking hard, something's not right, man. Something's not right. You need to lay off the fucking, what's that drug called that makes you hard? What's it called again? You need to lay off the laxatives. That's not it. Whatever. Lay off that too. Lay off the. It starts with a V. I forgot. Viagra. Thank you, Condor. Thank you. Yes, lay off the Viagra. And any other potential drugs that you might be taking that you don't actually need to take. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I see things like that and people are like making a huge fuss about it, and I'm like, you know what made me angry is because I saw that Tim Sonnet guy, whatever the fuck his name is, AI guy who's been like fucking jerking off to AI, and he's making that Cyberpunk game, and it's taking him 5 million years to make it. God, oh God. It's because I saw a tweet of someone being like, well, actually, you can kind of do this. And then, like, that guy started going off and, AI Cyberpunk guy. Yeah, he's making, like, a pixel art Cyberpunk game, The Last Night or some shit. I followed him at once, and then I started seeing all of his AI tweets and him, like, being a dick, and I was like, God, I really don't like this guy. Why would you want a pixel art cyberpunk game? To be fair, the game looks cool. It's just it's probably never going to release. I forgot the name of it. The Last Night, The Last Draw, The Last the The Last Night, yeah. Cool looking game. A very annoying creator. Very annoying creator. The Last Ronin. Ronin Unleashed. Yeah. Luke Stevens? Don't know him. Well, actually, I've heard of his name. I've never watched any of his content. I could care less. Exactly what I have with many streamers. They talk shit. They talk about shit they don't understand. To be fair, well, this is not me talking about shit I don't understand. It's more on the case of I'm talking about a person that I just don't like their vibes. That's about it, really. But also there's like that one, like, there's tons, I feel like there's tons of games that have pixel art in a 3D perspective, and we've seen it, and also Doom. And I guess, like, all you have to do is add some fucking artifacts to your shaders to, I don't know, it's just... Crimson Desert? Isn't Crimson Desert made by the Black Desert Online people? These people love to talk about stuff they don't understand, like they're experienced professionals, and then start a Kickstarter with an endless project. No, they start a crypto coin and then rug pull everyone. Yeah. Fake devs damaging the credibility of real devs. Who gives a shit, man? We're cooked anyways. It doesn't matter. I think I've gotten to a point where I'm like, let me just make my games, man. Let me just make my games. I think someone made a negative review at one point. They're like, wow, another game that satisfies the male fantasy. And in my head, I'm like, yeah, it satisfies my fantasy. That's the whole fucking point. I'm just trying to make games that I want to play, not games you want to play. I'm trying to make cool games that I want to play. And maybe other people will somehow fucking, you know, be interested. The male fantasy meme. Someone actually used it on me. And I feel like they weren't fucking kidding. I feel like they weren't kidding. And the thing that's interesting, I've actually seen quite a few female players playing the game. I was surprised. There's quite a few female players playing the game. And I apologize. I'm not a very good character artist. So the female representation in the game is not the best. I tried and definitely didn't fucking do well with it, unfortunately. I apologize. I did a very piss poor job of that. The new game, I think, is going to be so good. It's going to be Crimson Fantasy. Don't bring that up. Okay, well, we put grappling in. Now we just need to add text, and then I need to localize it, and then probably punch myself in the face. Okay, cool. Nice. Yeah. Anyways. Holston? Holston. I feel like that seems familiar. Why does that seem familiar? Holston game. Oh, this is the game that is doing, yes. It's doing top-down and third person, which is sick. Yeah. They're doing like a bunch of different perspectives. Fucking cool, man. Very cool. The Last Night has awards from 2017. That's funny. He's too busy jerking off to AI to work on his game, I guess. I don't know. Top-down and on-ground perspective shifting needs to become a norm. I think it could be like, look at that, dude! Like, oh my, dude, look at that, man! Oh god, that's sick. It's a lot of work. Don't get me wrong. Making multi-perspective games is a lot of work, right? But it just looks so fucking cool. Guys in a God, it just oozes fucking style. It's sick. All of the different perspectives. You got immediate, like, top down, you got side view. They're definitely doing some shader trickery here, because this looks like really just straight up pixel art. Or it is actually just straight up pixel art and not using any of their 3D shaders, because here this is using 3D shaders, I'm pretty sure. Here, I don't know anymore. Here, this genuinely looks like it could be their pixel shader post-process, but with an actual isometric camera, it could be that. I think maybe all of it's isometric camera. God, it's just fucking cool, man. It's cool as shit. Like, God, this on its own, this is... I think the funny thing about the car sequence is, like, the car actually kind of looks like it is just a 2D image. That's cool as shit, dude. That's awesome. Let me, yeah. Last Night has an AI generated content tag on Steam now. Are you talking about Holston or The Last Night? We intentionally use generative AI to conceptualize unique architectural patterns and details for the new district. These AI-generated designs reflect the efficiency and alien logic of a world shaped by AI. However, every piece is carefully redrawn in pixel art by human artists to ensure consistency with the game's hand. I think what's really funny is the irony of that. I think what's really funny is the irony of using AI in a cyberpunk game. in a cyberpunk game. I think there is some irony to I think there is some irony to that. And I think they're trying to be, like, I guess ironic in a sense, because they're like, hey, it's a cyberpunk game, so it's like we should use an AI thing to, like, create the thing, you know what I mean? I don't know. I think it's okay that they're editing it, but at the same time, where do we draw the line? Where do we draw the line? You know, when it comes to utilizing a system that is clearly using a lot of copyrighted work illegally, like where do we draw the line, right? I think that's my problem with it. It's like there's so much copyrighted content being used in these AI generators and models and stuff. It's like, where do we draw the line of, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's my problem with it. And also, I fucking hate what it's doing to marketplaces. All of the AI generated content, I fucking hate what it's doing to marketplaces, to the point where it's like, I don't even want to use it myself. I think I only use it when it comes to, like, coming up with, like, the concept or feel of something. But even then, it just fucking sucks at doing that too, to be honest. Not to be fair, the last time I did use it for that was maybe like a year ago. So, I don't know. Might have used the shader to create the actual 2D pixel art animations for some sections and then used them in the traditional sense. I think, yeah, I think they definitely do, a mix for sure. Some things are like actually 2D pixel, and then I think some of the, like the rest of it is shader based, because they have to somehow mix the 3D or first person perspective with other things, right? So and then get an artist to turn the slop into something good. I don't know, I guess we'll see. I don't know. The AI asset generation should be part of lore and then make it some meta narrative. Isn't there a movie or a show that did that? They like used AI as like the as like a meta. Which movie or show was that? Which one was that? I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure the show was ass. The Neutron in their trailer, they were talking about this bullshit. Oh god, that thing's gonna fucking suck. The Neutron movie. That's what it was. That's what it was. The Neutron movie. Oh yeah. Hey, hot take. Wait, what's that one actor called? New Tron movie. What's that? Tron Ares. Tron Ares. It's got Jared Leto. Okay, hot take. I think any movie that has Jared Leto in it, I don't know why. At least the movies I've seen recently, why do they all suck ass with Jared Leto? I guess Blade Runner 2049 wasn't too bad, but like him playing as Joker, that was not it for me. It's not it for me. They're making a new Tron. Yeah, it doesn't look very good. Yeah, it doesn't look very good. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I really, honestly, while it is a little boring in some parts, Tron, what is it? Tron Legacy? Tron Legacy. It's got such a cool vibe to it though. Like the music, I think it's just so fucking good. Yeah. I think the creator of AIs need to be held to their authors' rights and duties. They need to disclose their training data. Well, they're not going to do that because literally their entire system is built off of stealing people's work. And don't use that fucking argument. Well, humans do the same thing. Motherfucker, we're humans. We're not robots. We're fucking humans. Do not use that argument. I swear, every time I saw someone using that argument, well, humans do the same thing. We just take inspiration and copy things. No, we don't, motherfucker. We're humans. We skew things. Our perception of everything is different. Unless you're like physically taking a thing and copying it and like fucking like, I don't know, tracing it and shit. Okay, then we go into weird territory, but we're humans. We're not robots. Don't compare us to robots. That's crazy. I think that's the craziest argument that people use. I want to fix this. I really don't like how this is not lined up, but that's a future me problem, not current me problem. I think you mean clankers. No, we don't use that word here. Okay, Sonny. Jeez. What are you trying to do? Get me killed by a robot in the future? Jeez. One day they will take over. And they will use that term against us. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. AI is being so used commonly in commercials now, and like you can see them everywhere. It's just, I really hope the general public wakes up to it, but I don't know. I think we're cooked a little bit. We're soft cooked. Listen, we ain't grilled yet, but we're getting to the grill. Okay, we're gonna be cooked pretty soon. I see a T-Mobile AI ad every day on Twitter. It's so cringe. Oh, dude. I think the first AI commercial that like really got out there was the Coca-Cola one, right? That one was... Like, listen, commercials were lifeless before, but at least like there was a little bit of like effort put into it. Like, at least there was a little bit of effort put into it, you know, even if the other commercials were fucking dog shit. At least, like, you know, bring back the Coca-Cola ad or Pepsi ad with what's her face, was it Kardashian or whatever? Bring that back, you know, even though it was pretty dog shit. I don't remember why, but I just know it was bad. Let's bring that back. At least there was a little bit of effort there. Oh god. Oh man. They're just burning money. Let's be real. They're burning money with AI and without AI. I don't know what these big companies are doing. They just burn money in any direction. It's the weird... Money doesn't make sense anymore. I always liked those Polar Bear Coca-Cola ads. Oh, dude, those were nice back in the day. Yeah, those were nice. Yeah, big companies just burn money anyways. It's kind of like crazy. Money just becomes just a weird concept in those companies. It's like doesn't make any sense. Anyways, we've been yapping. We did a little bit of work. We did some play testing. I'm gonna try to fix some of this stuff off stream. I gotta make this text and then localize it all to our 10 other languages. That's gonna be fun. Can't wait to do that. I'm glad that we were somewhat able to figure out where, well, at least not figure out, but assume where the FPS drops are occurring. So that's good. Can't wait until nothing is not AI. Wait, everything is AI. Okay, wait. You got me confused, man. Why you got to write it that way? Can't wait until nothing is not AI. It's going to happen at some point. Big Corpa is going to be like, oh, dude, we can save money, but not actually save money by using these systems. Wow. Hell yeah. That's why I'm saying, like, the only way this ends is if the general public starts realizing just how shit it is and how lifeless it is and whatnot. But who knows? Anyways, I'm gonna go. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for lurking, chat, and sticking around. Yeah. They won't, though. Students love it. I think we're generally... that's another reason why we're cooked, is like students aren't actually learning anything. And there's no effort to actually go out and learn anything anymore. And I think... I don't know. I'm not going to go doom and gloom mode with it, but it's not looking up. University was cooked for a while, though, to be fair. Yeah, the school system is extremely flawed. I think we do need to, like, we need to have some, like, wake-ups. It's like, okay, we need to change shit up a little bit, you know? Change shit up a little bit, you know what I mean? Shift this a little bit. Let's change it up a little bit. At least in the Western world. I don't know what it's like in other places. I'm sure Japan is doing some crazy shit. Whatever, but... yeah. Just like people who are addicted to their phones, anyone who can control their own attention has the advantage. Yeah, I my attention span is not very good. I wake up at like 1 p.m. or I get out of bed at 1 p.m., which is not very good. Maybe there's going to be an AI crash at some point, like crypto. I have no idea, man. Who knows? Who knows? We'll get early streams again at some point. Yeah. Yeah. We'll be back. We'll be back with the early streams at some point. You guys remember when I was doing streams at like 8 a.m.? Yo! It's kind of harder for me to do that now because I have the Invisalign and shit in. So I have to take it out, eat food, wait a bit because I drink coffee. And I don't want to brush my teeth directly after, or else my enamel fucking breaks. And then I have to fucking put the thing back in. Yeah. I had this idea for a zombie apocalypse, but the zombies are doom scrollers with Neuralink. Brother, all you have to do is look outside. Your game idea is right there. It's right there. All the Xbox layoffs are crazy. Gonna be honest, I'm a software developer and I'm kind of worried. I think I've always said this to a bunch of people, and I know it's not for everyone. I think try to come up with self-published passive income methods if you can. That means creating an app or whatever. Get something out there when you have the time, when you have the energy to work on something that is completely unreliant from outside factors like your boss, your work paying off, basically being your only source of being able to pay your bills and stuff like that. I think that's the biggest thing. That's what I would recommend. And game devs too, obviously. Make some fucking marketplace assets. Get some sources of passive income that are not reliant on an employer who could literally fuck you over at any point in time, and then your entire mortgage is fucked, all your bills are fucked, like everything's fucked. That's what I would recommend. If you can, if you have the time and energy to. I understand that's not for everyone. My employer would never do that. Yeah, right. They would never do that. Surely job security is a concept in 2025, right? Right, guys? Guys? Anyways, I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for lurking. Chatting, sticking around. With a little gloom and doom day, I apologize. A little gloomy stream. Tomorrow, less gloomy. Okay? For real. No more gloom. The sun is up. It's 23 degrees. On that note. Fuck is that noise? Hey. Who the hell was that? Hey, thanks for the 100 biddies, Lou. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Thanks for dropping by. I'm going to work on more on this stuff. And hopefully have a patch out today. Or tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow.